Orthodox Q&A show. I'm your host, Angel. This is the new co-host of the show, The Pebble.
Hey folks, how are you?
You guys haven't tuned into Orthodox Talk Show on Wednesday night. You guys must be like living on a rock or something. He's our new co-host. Wrestling Fanatic HC is not with us no more. He's down in Texas playing with, I don't know, the Munchkins down there or something. But you're taking the place. He's done a lot of work behind the camera. He's done a lot of work to promote the company, the official wrestling museum, but he's also done a lot of work on the independent circuits doing management and stuff. So he's going to bring a lot of good insight, and especially to this Q&A show, you know, a lot of good input because it's another wrestling mind to it. So it's going to be quite interesting and stuff. And this is a Q&A show, so I'm going to jump right into this bad boy this week. I'm going to kick it off. Mason from Birmingham, Alabama reads, do you think Goldust should return to ring action? Me personally, I would like to see him go back into WWE. I think it'll be interesting. I think he's good. I would like to see him work Cody Rhodes. But he's still in the ring. He does independent wrestling every weekend and stuff. And I actually think he re-signed with WWE, doing maybe matches with them or a road agency.
I agree, Angel. Goldust being one of the top characters and top gimmicks back in the day in the 90s and early 2000s, brought a lot of crowd, a lot of the Hollywood theme to the wrestling world, and people bought on it. And the fact that you brought up that you're not the only one who says it, as a lot of the fans I've been hearing also in the background when I used to work in the background, is what would that match, how would that match happen if he went up against Cody Rhodes, which from what they say is his own brother?
Yeah, well, it really is his brother. I honestly think it would be a great match between them. They were shooting for WrestleMania, they didn't do it. I think SummerSlam, you know, is coming up in a few months. It'll be a great match for SummerSlam. People will pay to watch it. They should do it. I think it was a great question, especially that it was your gimmick of the week. You know, on Wednesday and so kind of tied together. So, you know, Mason, good question coming in this week. That's what we want. We want people to send your questions, watch the show, send it in, get on the next show. That's how it works there at the official wrestling museum.
I have a question here from Audrey from Portland, Oregon. Do you see Aces and 8 gaining more members?
I don't know. I think if they do gain a little more members, it may be only like 1 or 2 people. I don't see them doing 15. If they get to where NWO, they're like 1,000,001, it's just going to kill Aces and 8. Right now they're strong. I really hope they don't just focus on Bully Ray and Devon. Focus on everybody, keep it going, because there's a lot of great talent there. Me personally, I don't see them gaining too many more people. If so, it should only be 1 or 2 people.
And the fact that they're going strong, if they start adding more characters, more people to it, how will they also communicate, adding new blood to their group? I mean, some teams, they get together, they win, they learn from each other's mistakes, and then you got other people who get together as a team, and they cannot communicate at all. They two different types of wrestling, 2 different types of personalities in the same team. Sometimes it's impossible.
You're right, and that's why I never really got into any type of a stable or foul, because you get so many people going at it, and your mindset is to go one way. Like when I go out there, I give 169%, no matter if you like me, hate me, you want to kill me, you're going to remember me. That's my attitude when I go to the ring. If you're teaming with, you know, 15 other people and they don't have the same mindset, it's going to hold you back, it's going to hold the show back. You're out there to do a business, and like, I know a few years ago you had a good stable going on, but it's hard for you, even as a manager, it's got to be hard for you to stand outside the ring and be like, okay, you're here, and these guys all want these different things to keep them in check. It's hard to do. The more you have, the harder it is.
Yes.
Julia for Columbus, South Carolina writes, do you think James Storm would be better and get over better in WWE? I don't know if he would get over better, but I could see him walking down the aisle. I could see him getting over in WWE. I could see him being on, you know, the second hour of the kickoff Raw as a high mid-carder.
This also brings up a question. For him to jump into WWE, where would he land on, you know?
True. I don't see there's an actual spot yet for him, or somebody for him to compete against.
I have a question here from Samuel from Wichita, Kansas. Is Eric Young and ODP still the Knockout Tag Team Champions?
Yeah, they're still the Knockout Tag Team Champions. If you ever want to know, all you got to do is go to officialwrestlingmuseum.com, go to the title page, you'll find out right there. But we're here to answer the question. Yeah, they are. If they ever go to defending, no clue. Anthony from San Fran, New Mexico. Oh, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Sorry, I get hit in the head too many times. Do we think AJ should win the Diva title? Absolutely. I think Caitlyn does a great job as a Diva champion. At the same token, I like AJ. She's earned it. She deserves it. It'll look good on her. I think she should become the Diva champion.
I disagree. I think she's good right where she is. She's gotten a lot of popularity, went right up the ladder as a manager, and she managed Dolph Ziggler right into the championship. So, as of right now, my opinion, she's good right where she is. So.
But if you're managing her, you've got to come out and knowing her ability of interacting with the crowd and her wrestling ability, you wouldn't want to push her for the title?
Right. But at the same time, she's been already in that position, and they put her in that title as Gone Crazy. So.
True. You got a good point there. Good point.
I have a question here, going back to the Divas, actually. From page Virginia Beats Virginia. What do you think is wrong with the Divas division?
You know what, when we went back to the meeting before the show, they were saying a bunch of different questions, because we get hundreds of questions in each week. That's not a lie for the show, it's the truth. So they try to pick out the best questions and the fun questions. And this is one of the questions that I hope they put on the table for us this week. I don't think there's anything so much wrong with the Divas. I think the Divas are great actors. I think the problem is the booking of the Divas.
Yes.
Because their road agents are only guys. If they had a female road agent, they'll be able to understand the female, how the female worker has to work to protect themselves and tell their storylines. So how about if they get somebody like Lita, Trish, Molly Holly, Ivory, Jacqueline, get them to, be a booker, and their road agent, the script, to help them out and stuff, the Diva division will fly off the handle. Having guys like, I'm not sure who actually runs scripts out for the Divas, if it's JB Noble, Arn Anderson, Ricky the Dragon, there's tons of road agents. But whoever it is, it's to a male. You know what I mean? They don't have that role as a female, so I think that's where it kind of gets tough.
Right, and I have to agree with you, Angel. There's nothing wrong with the ability of the Divas. The only thing I see that's, like you said, that's wrong is they're not being booked for anything.
True.
And if they are being booked, you're lucky, 3-minute matches. And how that's not enough time to have the talent of Natalia, I was supposed to be coming out, which is another huge name that has tremendous talent. Caitlyn, which was a bodybuilder.
Yeah, and I give her credit. She's really come a long way in the abilities and stuff.
My opinion, they just need to be booked more and stop having these 2-minute matches. They need to bring out their talent, which I've seen in the background, tremendous talent.
Absolutely right. All right, we have Lucas from Boston, Massachusetts. Should Kane lose his mask? What do you think about that?
I'm sorry?
Do you think Kane should lose his mask?
No, because he did that before and it went straight down.
See, me being next, you must be rubbing off on me, because I'm going to agree with you with that. I don't think he should lose his mask. I think right now with the mask on, it's working great. It's the best Kane's looked out there in so long. He's doing a great job keeping the mask. Have fun with it.
Right, and the fact that the team is, with his mask, Team Hell No is with his mask, due to his mask. And you got Daniel Bryan with the goat look. So, so that team, that tag team is working fine with him with the mask. They tried him without the mask when a good friend of mine, Stone Cold Steve Austin, took his mask off, and he was popular for a good few matches, a few months, and then he had to put the mask back on to make him look like he was powerful again.
True.
Michael from Des Moines, Iowa. Who do you think would be better in TNA than WWE? Good question.
Yeah, that definitely is a good question. I can see guys like Drew McIntyre succeeding Zack Ryder. In all honesty, I think Evan Bourne was showcased, especially in the X Division, would be great over in TNA. But, that's my personal opinion, you know what I mean? You know what's good about the museum? Each and every week we feature items here.
Yeah.
So the fans themselves can see, certain items that they can see when the museum opens in Rhode Island. On the talk show, on Wednesday we had the special items from the Mattel, one of 1,000 figures. This week we have a poster display of The Rock for his new movie, G.I. Joe.
Great movie.
Yeah, it really is a great movie. Props to The Rock having 2 #1 movie hits in the same month. He's phenomenal in this movie. This poster will be in the museum, and we're actually going to be showing the movies and everything else in there. There's so much stuff coming in the museum. It's excellent and stuff. Isabella from Denver, Colorado asked, Do you think TNA is going to last? I personally think they're going to be around for a couple of years. They got a lot of figures coming out. They're doing a lot of on-the-road stuff. I don't see them doing any type of cutting down or being like, nope, ain't lasting. You need to get bought out or anything like that. I see them being around for a few years.
I agree. You got a lot of people have that speculation. TNA is filled with, seasoned athletes. But yeah, at the same time, if without those seasoned athletes, with those few Hall of Famers, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, people like that, there would be no wrestling, bro.
You're right.
They know what they're doing. They know how to run the business. They know what people want from wrestling, from being in between those four long ropes.
You're right. You're right.
I got a funny question here from Maya from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Do you think they should bring back the midget division? I take that personal because me being 5 feet tall, I can go right into this. If I was into that division, I'd probably be called the Big Show. But should they bring the midget division back? It'd be entertaining. I mean, it is World Wrestling Entertainment. It is entertainment.
I definitely think it would be a good idea to bring the midget division back. Like we touched upon last week, they have signed another midget to WWE to feud with Hornswoggle. I actually think it would be a good segment for Saturday Morning Slam in the main event show. Comedy relief, action relief. If they sign it, don't let them wrestle. Let them do what midget wrestling does. Entertain, put on a good show. I definitely think it would be good for the company. Cole from Baltimore, Maryland, right? Do you think this is the last run for The Undertaker?
I think so. He's a Hall of Famer. Even without that, he's a Hall of Famer. He's got nothing else to prove.
Absolutely. He's definitely thinking this is definitely going to be his last run. He's setting up for it. It's a tradition in the wrestling business. When you're in the business and you're getting ready to leave, you have to put over the next generation. He's setting it up with the Shield right now. I definitely believe that this is going to be his last run. In all respects to him.
Olivia from Wilmington, Delaware. This is a good question. Do you see the Shield being around for a long time?
Me personally, I do. I called it maybe to like October, November. The way things are going now, the bigger lines that are coming out with them, I personally see them being around for a long time. 3 great talents, 3 great entertainers, get over with the crowd, everybody really likes them. But once again, make sure you guys send in your questions for each and every week. We're running out of time this week. Send it in to ShowPro at Hotmail. ShowProEvents@hotmail.com, folks. You can follow us on Twitter, Wrestling Drop the G_museum. I'm sorry, folks. I'm getting tongue-tied here, folks. Friend us on Facebook at facebook.com/official Wrestling Museum. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Wrestling Museum. Send those questions in next week. Tune in this Wednesday. It's been fun being with you. You'll be back here on Wednesday for Off the Road Talk Show. Thank you guys very much. Have a safe weekend, and God bless.